Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Unconventional Outdoorsman. I've just got a quick little video for you today going over some tackle organization. I've got a couple different styles of our different organization tactics I'm going to show you. The first being, if you've got like basic lures, this is for most sized lures. Of course, if you get some bigger ones, you might need a bigger size, but I've got this for my poppers. It's a little, normal Bass Pro like XPS storage system. Comes open. Definitely if you're going to have a boat or you're going to be out on the water a lot more, or use these a lot more, I would get a waterproof one. Does help from keeping the hooks to get rust, or just it helps keep your tackle box in better condition, I'll say. But in here I've got some of my poppers. They organize quite nicely. The problem is with like something like this, you put them all in one thing, the hooks get all tangled, and then it's going to be a flipping mess to try to get untangled, which is never any fun, especially if you want to be out on the water catching mondos. So that's the first type of tackle organization system I've got for you today. I like a little lure tackle. You can also put jigs in there. You could use this for terminal tackle too. I've used that before if you've got some longer hooks you want to put in there, even weights maybe. It really depends on what you're going to use it for. Next is more of like a just, basic tackle box you might store in one of those backpacks back there. This is like a basic Plano one. This is for my catfish terminal tackle. So in here, I have some weights. I've got my egg weights and my disc weights and bank sinkers and stuff. And as you can see, it's all pretty organized in here. I've got my hooks over here and these three things, along with some more weights and steel leaders over here. I'm a big fan of steel leaders, and I will be making a video in the future going over why I'm such a fan of them. I actually make my own steel leaders too. If you guys would like to see a video of me making my own steel leaders, please leave a comment down below. So those are those two types of tackle organization. This is a Bass Pro Extreme. It's not a sponsored video by any means. But this holds a majority of my soft plastics that I'll carry on me whenever I go on a fishing trip. As you can see, I've got a lot of them in there. So I'm just going to go through how many bags I can carry in here. I like to carry a wide variety of things with me at all times. Okay, so let's go over. So we're going to go from, one side to one side. It does come with these little, little plastic bags you can put some baits in, which I've got some Senkos, ribbon-tail worms, stick baits, craws, stuff like that. Definitely important. I don't like to mix all my baits in one thing usually, like in one bag, like for example. And if you can see the clear bag, I've got like 18 different baits in there, which I don't like. I like to keep them organized. Helps me find what I need when I want to find it. So I've got some Mondo worms here. That's always good to have, especially fishing in the summer and all that. I've got some pink ribbon-tail worms. Whenever the bite's really slow, you can usually get a couple bites or a fish on that. In here I have a mixture of stick baits. I picked this up, I think, at Walmart actually. So I've got some stick baits and some ribbon tails in there. So got some finesse worm hooks. Always good to keep some terminal tackle in here in case you might forget something else. Alright, I've got some more Senkos. These are big bite baits. I got this in a mystery tackle box one time. They're pretty good. I've caught some nice bass on them. One of my favorite ways to use this is a shaky head and or weightless wacky rig. I've got some paddle tail swim baits. I've only got one left. One of my favorite types of baits to use in the summer, especially to cover a lot of water. I've got something for like a small creek, some finesse little small salty spider parts. Avocado and black red color. Got some ribbon-tail worms and watermelon red. These are crack craws. Excuse me, not cracking craws. They're not good in baits, but they're just basically a craw style bait. Got some incredible craws, a little bit bigger size with some chartreuse pinchers in there. And then in here I've just got some more. These are some homemade ones that I had some family make me. They're more like some stick baits for like a drop shot and that. Some little ribbon-tail worms and some like grubs and that. I've got some like more, what do you call those, like tubes. I've got some more craws in there, craw fatty, green pumpkin red. I'm a big fan of craws. I can fish them almost anywhere with anything. In here I've got some more craws. Some lake lunkers, a type of finesse worm bait, and a swimming craw and watermelon red. I will go over, I'll make a video later, not this week, probably next week, going over color coordination and like matching the hatch when it comes to fishing. I know watermelon red is basically a good color for most time of the year when I fish. It really depends on like what the weather's out, like what the season is, depends on like what color you want to use and all that. And the cool part about some of these tackle kits right here, you've got like these little zippers and stuff. You can put terminal tackle weights and stuff in. I know I got to a point I was putting weights and some hook packs in here, and maybe a little thing of line, leaders, or whatever I was going to use. I'd literally just take this fishing. It's really convenient to put a lot of stuff in. The only thing I will recommend is do not leave this out in the sun, especially if it's summer, because your plastics will melt most of the time, and that is not fun when you lose like $100 worth of plastics because you were too lazy to put them in the shade. So that's something I would keep in mind. But those are just a couple types of tackle organization style kits, or just, you know, ways to organize your tackle rather. And that's all I have for y'all today. I'll try to make some better content coming up later this week and into the weekend. But until then, have a wonderful day. Please subscribe if you haven't, and, you know, stay unconventional.